Hey, Brandon.
Yeah?
Tomorrow, we're going to be playing D&D on Clickbait.
Oh, that's right.
Do you have your dice?
No dice.
I rolled an 11. You die.
Oh, I've been watching Andrew Dice Clay, though. Old, does that count?
Yes. Oh, baby. We're here. We're back. Matlock is here. Ending in 1995. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna. Bless you.
Thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome. This is the Grossi Perna Show, otherwise known as the street drug GPS.
Put it in your body and you'll get to where you want to go.
It's true. It also makes your fingers look like snakes.
Oh, I like that.
Yep. You get Medusa. They're called Medusa fingers.
Yeah.
Yep.
The ladies like that too.
Yep. Because they bite.
Yep.
So anyway, we're here on a Wednesday morning, and it feels like it really is just the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
As we are this close. We're this close. 2 weeks from tomorrow is the kickoff of the 2022 NFL season. I was just talking to Brandon about how well rested we are, and we took so many breaks over this summer, and we're really rejuvenated. Said no one ever, but we're excited for football.
We are excited for football. I really messed up Tom's week too. Just so everybody knows, I want to apologize publicly. Told Tom we had a meeting yesterday. I was a week off on when the meeting actually took place. Tom rearranged his dentist schedule.
So I gotta go to the dentist on Friday now.
Yeah. And then also I was like, oh yeah, let's definitely do 2 shows this week because Wednesday we can talk about the NFL Top 100. And that doesn't wrap up until Sunday. So I was like, what do we talk about today?
We're crushing it.
Yeah.
We're crushing it.
Luckily, maybe some trades might be happening. So we'll talk a little bit, maybe some surprise cuts coming down the old juicy football field, as they say in many of football circles. And Mike Gesicki, I think that's the big name right now with trade talks. I don't know if the Dolphins are really considering him, but one article from Pro Football Focus came out saying Mike Gesicki, Dolphins calling around. And then the amount of time it took for dozens of other articles to emerge from that one source, pretty crazy. So I was like, that's what we're going to talk about today. Possible trades.
That's it. Gesicki's good too, but I was seeing that too. Of like, since he's not a real blocking tight end, Mike McDaniel will be like, no, hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, I would take Gesicki in a second.
Yeah, you're like, buddy, you don't need to block. It's fine.
No, if you went to Green Bay, woo, the Packers should be interested.
I don't think LaFleur would take him just because of the blocking thing. Feel better, buddy. Feel better. You got this.
Damn.
Punch that urgent care in the face. Not an employee, just like punch it. It gives you medicine. It's like, rah, 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 rah. You both could do. Thanks. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. Before we jump into the trade and stuff like that, Len Dawson, very famous Kansas City Chiefs QB. The in in which I took for the Chiefs character Lenny did pass away. Yep. Because he went into hospice, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 12th or something like that.
Yeah, so he unfortunately passed away today. So a sad day for Chiefs Kingdom.
Yeah.
I mean, Len Dawson was just a cool dude. Like he
Some
was just.
say Len Dawson was the last Kansas City Chief I respected.
Is that what you? Or is that what you're just saying?
Am I saying that?
I feel like that's what you're just saying.
Yeah, he's the last Chief I liked, truly liked.
Yeah, then after that,
So I wanted to pay tribute to Chiefs fans here because Len Dawson probably gave us the single greatest photo in sports history.
oh yeah,
Just like I'm sure I know every Chiefs fan has seen this photo. They all know the story behind it. If you're not a Chiefs fan, this is Len Dawson at halftime of Super Bowl I. Just taking a little smoke break, having a beer, and getting ready to go out for the second half against the Packers. A game the Chiefs lost. But this is what smoking Jay Cutler could have been had he actually smoked and had he actually been good at football.
Real quick, Brandon, who did they lose to?
The Green Bay Packers.
Thank you.
So Len Dawson should be like your fourth favorite quarterback all time because
Jay Cutler is number 4, but Len Dawson's probably number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Now Dawson was good. He had one of it like the craziest stats is in 1962 he had a completion percentage of 61, which back then was like 20% better than any other quarterback like playing. It's like, ooh, that guy completed 48% of his passes. Good game for that quarterback. So he was really good, but maybe his most impressive stat is living to age 87 while being a smoker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane. Like, I just wanted to pay respect to just an all-time classic football player.
I do think that they should bring back at least drinking on the sideline. Like you could just imagine like one of the D linemen or the O linemen are like, man, I'm getting cooked out there. And they just like crack open a beer. Like just the cap comes off in their helmet and they're just down it on the sideline. Like just, it would make the halftime interviews like so much better. Like it's just if the coaches, like imagine Dan Campbell is just like, yeah, he says like his natty light or something. He's just like, yeah, it's pretty rough out there.
Men, let's have our natty light.
That's it. Like they're just doing keg stands. Like I just think it would provide. That's where the USFL really could get a foothold in, if they just allow their players to just smoke and drink and do whatever they gotta do. Yeah, I saw that they didn't include us, and I was almost as disappointed as I am in Madden 23.
Wow, how dare they? They probably couldn't afford the rights to our faces. That's why.
Honestly, that's true.
Tom. His face goes for $30. Mine $27.99. So,
ooh, hey, yours is at least $31.99. Don't sell yourself short,
dude. Once you get over the age of 32, ooh.
Oh, so like I'm right on the precipice.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the best I'm ever gonna look.
Yeah,
it's gonna drop off pretty quick.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say about Len Dawson and why you should love him, obviously, took a Super Bowl away from the Vikings. So gives the Packers a Super Bowl, takes one away from the Vikings.
All-timer.
That's an all-timer.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Dan Campbell as Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's going to smash 2 beers together, but they're going to be glass bottles, and it's just going to be glass shattered everywhere. There's going to be blood, and he's going to be like, I don't even care.
Did you watch Hard Knocks last night?
I did. I'm 2 weeks behind because I was away, and then I didn't get to see last night. I've heard amazing things, though.
Yeah, there's this scene. So like, you know how the rookies come up and they got to do the rookie talent show stuff, right? Yeah. And Aiden Hutchinson did his thing in the first one. Well, Jess and I were watching last night, and because she likes the show, but she was kind of in and out of paying attention. But they bring up like a stand-up comedian to kind of like as a treat for the guys. And his segment's pretty good, right? Really funny. And after he's done, Jess is, because we were both laughing, she's like, oh my God, I hope he makes the team. I was like, that was a comedian they brought up. She's like, no, wait, what? I thought he was doing the talent thing. I was like, no, that's an actual comedian. He was like, well,
That's amazing.
no wonder he was so funny. But it makes sense because he was kind of like ripped too for a comedian. Was his name Josh Adams? I forget. But anyway, that was
Josh Adams. Apparently, he's from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the people
Local
say.
comedian. It was a very cute, wholesome moment.
Do you think they like wouldn't allow him to perform the team? Like Dan Campbell was like, listen, unless you get juiced up or like you can at least bench like 310, you can't come and even perform stand up.
Probably.
He's like, we just worry that some of the players may eat you or confuse you for a toothpick of some sort, and we can't have that liability right now.
No, everybody that enters this building must be able to defend off an entire mob of people with their own muscles.
That's accurate. Yeah, that's 100%.
The more I look at Dan Campbell, the more I'm like, he's just so fit still, but he's also like bigger than most of the players on the team. Is he like 6'5"?
Dude, he looks like the epitome of dad strength.
Yeah.
Right? Like the dads who just like they have a child and they're able to lift at least 30 more pounds. Like that's what he has. Like he's the embodiment of that.
Yeah, he is 6'5", so
he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's like as big as like the biggest lineman on the team. It's crazy.
Him and Penei Sewell just go at it all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Aiden's sitting out this one. I got this. I got it. Exactly. Do you think he has like separate cutlery just for eating the kneecaps?
I think he has to eat out of plastic cups out of fear of just crushing them with his hands every time he gets his hand on glass.
That's accurate. That's fine. All right, Perna, let's get
one last thing from Hard Knocks. Okay.
One more thing. Jamal Williams.
No, I mean, dude, I did learn Jamal Williams has more of the dog in him than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this last episode, he was talking so much shit to the Colts. Like Dan Campbell had to tell him to chill out because he was just yelling at him over and over again. It's pretty awesome because he's always like so like happy-go-lucky and funny and easy, like chill. But he likes the game. The other takeaway from Hard Knocks, watching with Jess, she's got a little bit of a crush on one Aaron Glenn. She's like, ooh, I like that salt and pepper he's got going on. And she's like, he's a good looking man. So Aaron Glenn, you can have my wife if you want.
Oh, I mean, like, well, I feel like ever since our vacation was ruined. Yeah. It was completely destroyed.
Yep.
Because Jess put on Twitter that she had purchased the book for us to read to Carmi, my two dads.
Yep.
It seems like that has been read without me. So
it was a library book. We had to return it, so I had to get through it.
I mean, you don't have to do anything.
I played the role of both dads, so.
Well, I just feel like I am not participating enough in Carmi's upbringing. So just come out and say it and just air it out now. I think that I'm kind of being omitted, and it's kind of like I'm not even her second dad.
Yeah, we'll get you in here.
I mean, I bought a gift. The gift is upstairs still.
Oh, it's her birthday coming up too. So
when's her birthday?
This weekend.
This weekend? Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have to text me your address? I'm gonna like overnight it to your house.
Whoa, you don't gotta don't pay for the extra shipping. She's 2. She won't remember if it got here on time. Trust me.
But I will. I'm gonna remember. I'll remember.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. Then you have to do an unboxing video.
Oh. Not gonna do that because I'll be dejected after that does better than any video I've ever made.
I feel that, buddy.
Child unboxes Packers uniform.
Yeah, wait, did you impersonate me or just like another dad? Who was this other dad that you impersonated? That's a great question. Who was he? Huh? Was he ripped?
Was he ripped?
Did he have nice facial hair? Okay, so I see that we're doing me a little bit.
So okay, do me.
All right, well, how about this? Do the regular voice now. Yeah.
All right, here's my Tom Grossi impression.
Let's get it.
Let's go, Packers Nation! Welcome to a Packer video.
All right, it was decent. That was pretty decent. That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
This is O.J. Simpson reacting to the Bills game. Hi, it's me, O.J. Simpson. And, oh, yeah. One more Tom Grossi impression. Thanks for having me in your house, Mark Murphy. Now let's have a hot dog.
I wouldn't eat that hot dog.
And Clickbait Sports. We do that too. Did I hit your whole catalog?
Yeah, I think that's basically, it means that I can
Wait
just
till we get down in the basement, you son of a gun! It's me, the pirate guy. I hate the Raiders.
It's Captain Finn Oakley. Really? Was that your Captain Finn Oakley impression? If you're gonna do a pirate, you gotta do it right, Perna.
Yeah.
It's like the deepest my voice could go. It should be like right in your repertoire.
Look at me, I'm a pirate. Oh, where's my hook? Probably I lost it. I'm not an organized pirate.
What?
Were you for the Broncos guy? Was he wearing the Brock Osweiler jersey all year?
Yes. And then
That's the best part.
a fan sent a custom Breck jersey,
Mm.
which is significantly bigger than me, so I wear it like a dress.
Oh, nice. Dude, small jerseys are bigger than me. It's like,
Yeah.
All right. We will talk about the footballs. Let's talk
Hey,
about
it's
the-
me, I'm a pirate. Woohoo! Look at all the pirates over there.
Are you like trying to
Take
do
me
like a
to
Mickey
Peter
Mouse?
Pan's house. I like that Peter Pan.
I don't even know what voice you're attempting to do.
Pirate. That's pirate.
Okay. So let's talk about some trades or cuts.
Yeah, Mike Gesicki.
The biggest one is that the Green Bay Packers traded Cole Van Lane to the Jaguars for a 7th round pick.
Oh, he was a lineman?
Yeah, he was a lineman. Wisconsin boy. We were very sad to see him go.
Oh, the local.
Local guy. Local.
Yeah, the Broncos they did the same thing where they brought in running back Max Borghi, who's from the Denver area, and then they released him like a week and a half or 2 weeks after signing him. You're always rooting for the local guy to make it.
You always are. Yeah, you always are. He got drafted, by the Packers too. It was like a really nice moment, but now he's going to the Jaguars. I'm just glad. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry. Timeout. Big timeout. Urban Meyer still has a job. I saw that, what was that, a few days ago or when I was away, and like he was still getting a job with Fox. Did you talk about this on your channel?
Oh.
Yeah. So he still is like, he's going to be an analyst, right? For a commentator for Fox Sports.
Yeah, let's see here. Urban Meyer returning to Fox's college football pregame show.
Yeah. How? Just how? Like, how does he still have a job?
Dude, we have to do a better job at failing up, you and I, because
Yeah, we've done a
to me,
terrible
that's
job.
the only way to succeed in the NFL broadcast world.
Like, do I have to kick a player? Like-
well, you have to kick a player.
Okay.
I have to tickle the boundaries of adultery and have it captured on video.
Yep. In your own bar.
Yeah. We should. Oh, I know what we got to do. Like,
Okay.
we're supposed to show up for Clickbait Sports once a week, right?
Yep.
Just got to not show up anymore. Not go back. He didn't take the team plane back, decided to go to the bar. You and I just stopped showing up for Clickbait.
Can we go live for GPS and just be drinking and like not even talk about football like while they're live?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll just stream another show while they're doing Clickbait Sports.
Yeah. Like we'll just say like we weren't available and like we'll just be like sitting there just like sipping on whiskey or something.
Yeah. and definitely suck at our job more. We got to be worse.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I'm really gonna try to suck.
Yeah. Oh, and who are we not supposed to know? Aaron Donald. That's right. Who's that?
Oh yeah, we don't know Aaron Donald. Never heard him. He's the McDonald's guy, right?
Let's not know the best. Yeah, let's not know the best player on every team.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, every week is like playing Alabama.
Yeah.
Every week. But yeah, I saw that and was like, you can only laugh at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Do you think he'll ever get a job in the NFL again? My immediate reaction would be no, but Josh McDaniels literally ghosted a team and now he's the head coach again. So I feel like with time, all things, like, okay, we'll give him a shot.
Well, there's your answer. The only owner who might still bring in Urban Meyer is Mark Davis.
That's valid.
When Josh McDaniels doesn't work out, be like, I can get Urban Meyer, I bet.
Do you think that's the reason they don't have a kicker right now? The Jaguars are currently without a kicker. They're just like, listen, they're just targets for our head coaches. And now that Urban Meyer is back, like in the world, we have to kind of look out for his safety. So,
yeah, they cut their kicker and they don't have another one on the roster. You just don't see that happen very often. And Josh Lambo's not around. So I say the Jags just don't do a kicker all year.
Just go 2-point conversions all year.
Yeah.
Or have Trevor Lawrence kick a field goal. One of the guys has to do it. Like the punter should be able to at least hit a field goal or like an extra point, And
I saw today also the Colts punter might have suffered an Achilles injury.
Yep.
Everybody.
Where's the Pat McAfee comments?
Yeah, exactly. Give him the job back. I want him to do more jobs all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I want him to play a game, like a Sunday night game, and also call a pay-per-view in WWE at the same time. Like he just like runs back and is like watching it off of a feed. Just be like, yep. Just saying. Did we talk about the Dana White thing on Monday? Funny. And how Carr was that mother effer that Brady was referring to. So it seems like Tom Brady does not think that Derek Carr is very good.
No,
not at all. But yeah, all right, let's talk about Gesicki. So go ahead, Perna, set it up.
All right. So Pro Football Focus put out an article about potential trade and cut candidates from around the NFL. They've got a handful of guys on there, but Mike Gesicki was the surprising name.
Yeah.
Just because he's a really good tight end, has been very good for the Dolphins, even when their offense has been just kind of like lackluster the last few years. And you think Mike McDaniel being there, an offensive-minded head coach, that Gesicki could be poised for, a really big season in Miami. But to your point earlier, Gesicki not really known as being like a stout blocking tight end, more of, your receiving kind of guy. And the other thing Mike McDaniel is going to want to do is run the ball a lot. And a big part of that is blocking when running. And one part of George Kittle's game that's probably very underrated is blocking. So, McDaniel's probably trying to figure out which guys can, be your receiving tight end, but also really open up that run game, because the Dolphins have other dynamic receiving threats. So it's not like they got to lean on that tight end position. So apparently they've been just making some calls around the league to see if anybody would trade for Mike Gesicki, which it would just depend on what they want to get in return, I think, whether or not that would actually happen. And he's in his final year of his deal with Miami. It's like 10. He's going to be owed like $10 million or something. Where's that at? Yeah, $10.93 million. So if there was like, that's just the one name like I didn't see coming it's probably more speculation than anything, but it surprised me.
Yeah, again, I could see it happening just for the blocking purposes, but at the same time, like having Gesicki on the field with numerous other receiving threats, I think could also just put that offense over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that McDaniel little clip when he basically said that he was the most the most accurate QB that he's seen. Like he's like the most accurate ball that he has seen.
Most catchable ball, I think.
That's most catchable. And he like stops for a second and thinks about it and is like, yeah. So now, I mean, like you have basically two people. You have Tyreek Hill and Mike McDaniel who are like, oh no, Tua is like, they're gassing him up pretty hard. So I think the expectations are real high, bud.
Oh yeah. You got Hill, Waddle. I would keep Gesicki. Call me crazy.
Keep him at least for this season.
Yeah. Personally, I don't care if you have like one tight end who is just a receiving threat. If you've got a good quarterback, it's totally worth not having that guy block. But the other tight end, the name that surprised me from this article, and I'm citing the Pro Football Focus article because that was the first one that came out, and then everything else came out from it. So it's based on their reporting. But O.J. Howard is another trade cut candidate, probably a cut candidate. Like, I don't know who's trading for O.J. Howard at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Bills, they picked him up on a 1-year deal. And O.J. Howard's interesting because he's this guy we keep believing is going to have like a breakout season at some point.
Yeah.
So much talent. Just never panned out with Winston Fitzpatrick. Brady comes in. He's not the guy, has injury issues. But I thought like being in Buffalo behind Dawson Knox, like O.J. Howard coming in, situation, red zone. Like I like that fit, but maybe it's just, there's other guys on the roster there that they think can basically do the same thing. And if Dawson Knox is catching 10 touchdowns again for you, then, maybe you're making like all of these guys. There's probably like a team needs to make a spot for one other player they're really high on. So that's why they become expendable, even after they make a move for some of these players. But those were the two tight ends on the list. O.J. Howard, not as surprising as Mike Gesicki for sure.
Yeah, again, I think some of it definitely might be speculation, but I mean, we're going to find out Tuesday. So Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern are going to be final cuts. They just did the cuts down to 80. That was for yesterday. And you saw like, if you're a Packers fan, like you saw guys like Vernon Scott, go. There were some other people that went too. Yeah, I'm very curious because like I know for like the Packers standpoint, the big conversation is like how many wide receivers do they keep and how many running backs are they going to keep because they moved Kylan Hill to the PUP list, so he's going to probably be like running back 3 when he comes back. But I think if you have guys that are like kind of on the bubble, I don't think Gesicki is a bubble guy like to be cut, but he could potentially be a trade guy. And then with Howard, people might just be outperforming him. So
that's a very good comment.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Okay. Here's one. Do you think that the Browns will actually deal Kareem Hunt?
No.
Because Kareem Hunt it was rumored the Eagles were interested in Kareem Hunt.
Oh my God. He'd be so good on that team.
That would be fun.
So good.
Oh man. Like if Kareem Hunt went to the Eagles and he just like Jalen Hurts, Kareem Hunt, just gash the Cowboys this season, the fodder for you and Scooter. Oh,
dude, again, they're gonna have like a top 3 run game most likely. Like they're gonna be gross, and to add Kareem Hunt there would just be over the top because he wants out. I mean, the Browns don't strike me as an organization though that's gonna be like, yeah, no, we're gonna get rid of this really good player. I mean, again, Baker was Baker, and they think that Watson's their guy. But like, I feel like their first 11 games without Deshaun Watson, or 11 weeks, I should say, are going to be pretty contingent on that running game. Jacoby Brissett's fine, and he's definitely serviceable, and he can win them games. But I think, to have that dynamic duo in the backfield is going to kind of put them over the top and make them more competitive than anything. So it doesn't make sense for them to get rid of them.
They have decent depth at the the running back spot with
They still got Durnist or no?
Ernest Johnson behind Kareem
I
Hunt.
thought he left.
Nah, he's still there. He's still there.
Huh. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, no, he's the one who beat the Broncos last year. We streamed that game together. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah, that game sucked.
Good game.
It was horrible. It was.
Remember when you were
the
like,
Case
"There's no way
Keenum
the
revenge game."
Remember when you were like, they're not going to lose, but then they lost?
Yeah. Well,
I remember that.
we didn't have Russell Wilson. Let's ride, and we got him this year.
That's right. But I mean, what is the Eagles' cap space? That's my question, because they are. Let's see where they are. They got about $8 million. So what's Kareem Hunt's? Because he took a cheap contract, right?
Yeah, the Browns have $45 million in cap space right now. Number one, but they can't pay the guy that is helping them a lot.
Yeah, so this is his last year. He's an unrestricted free agent next year, but he'll also be 28. Yeah, I mean, they're getting him for basically nothing. He's getting, I think he signed a 2-year, $12 million contract.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's getting paid a ton of money. So they could pull it off. It's just a matter of, I would imagine that they want a good amount of value if they're going to get rid of him, but I don't think that they will. Because like, what are they getting out of it? Yeah, they've lost draft picks, but I don't think they're playing for draft picks right now. Like, they're just like, hey, like, let's put together the best team, because if they're able to at least keep their heads above water before Deshaun Watson comes back, I'm assuming that the Browns really think that they'll be playoff contenders with Deshaun Watson.
I think like Kareem Hunt he wouldn't surprise me if they deal him before the trade deadline type of deal. Where another team who is contending, because I don't think the Browns will be. I don't think they're gonna survive without some really good quarterback play for a while. But like, say the 49ers get a bunch of injuries to their running backs again, something like that, where Hunt would be worth somebody trying to make a push, would give up a little bit of draft capital to get him. Obviously, like you were saying, something the Browns could really use after they gave it all away for Deshaun Watson. But that's why I would do it if I were Cleveland, and try to get back something to help build.
If they start 0-7, do you think they deal him?
Yeah. But what if they start 0-7 and it's because Kareem Hunt has fumbled 35 times?
Then they'll deal him. But I mean, that's the thing. Can you imagine by the time Deshaun Watson comes back, they're just not able to make the playoffs? But I truly want the opposite. I want Jacoby Brissett to ball out.
Yeah.
And then Deshaun Watson comes in, they just start losing.
Yeah, like they're right on the cusp, and then Watson is the reason they don't get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw that. Griffin retired. Yeah, I saw that. He just put out a statement a little while ago. So, but it's the same exact thing with Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Like, I mean, Jimmy G, he's been rumored to the Browns. I really don't believe that. I don't think that they're going to do that. No, I don't want to see Kareem Hunt on the Lions. I definitely don't want to see that. I don't think they would do that, though. I mean, Swift is, if Swift stays healthy, like, Swift is going to be really good.
Yeah, they have their two. They've got Swift and Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Swift is massively underrated. Like, he has a tough time staying on the field, but he's a good running back. But no, Jimmy G, I have no idea where the heck he goes. I have no idea. Because I just don't even know what team uses him.
Yeah, he's got to wait for injury.
But it's like what you've been saying, like, wait for an injury and then potentially deal him after that. So,
not a good time to try to trade a quarterback.
Yeah. Kenyon Drake got cut from the Raiders. That was a little surprising, maybe just because I'm not like super in tune with the Raiders. But
yeah, because dude, every time I feel like Kenyon Drake gets opportunities with the ball, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I was at the Broncos-Raiders game last year. The one Broncos lose that game, but and a big reason was Kenyon Drake played very well. So like, if you're considering Kareem Hunt, you probably just go and not give up anything and claim Kenyon Drake right now. So
well, they might end up with a situation because if Josh Jacobs doesn't pan out, right? Because they did not pick up his 5th-year option, that they might just not have running backs next year.
Yeah, they don't need it.
Sorry,
I think Josh Jacobs will I think he's going to have a good year. I think last year was a little weird. I still think Josh Jacobs is a pretty good running back. The Raiders, not necessarily a great run blocking team, but
I forgot that they got him.
Jacobs will play well.
I forgot they picked up Zeus. That's right. They got Zamir White. I totally forgot about that. So that makes sense then. If they're like, hey, we got Zamir White, Josh Jacobs do well, or don't.
I mean, like the rumor before they released Kenyon Drake was that they might try and trade or cut Josh Jacobs. So this makes way more sense.
Correct.
And then Alex Leatherwood.
Oh, boy.
One of the Raiders offensive linemen. Having a rough go around, but he is also a trade or cut candidate, possibly a cut candidate, because there's no loyalty to the John Gruden draft classes.
But Leatherwood was always one of those picks that like everyone around the league was like, why? Like, why did you draft him there? But yeah, and the fact that he's been struggling a bit and not doing well, it's not great. Not great.
Leatherwood. I'm Leatherwood. It's like a cowboy who spent too much time on the old horse riding, and his downstairs get calloused. Alex Leatherwood. I've got no feeling below my waist, so that's why I go after protecting the law. I've got nothing else to live for.
I'm just gonna let you keep going if you want to keep going.
No, I'm done.
Okay, you're done now?
I'm done talking about a leathered penis.
He could be an HBO character.
Oh, yeah, from Deadwood?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Is that whole show just about wood that doesn't work anymore?
This wood has died!
Well, mine's leather.
Oh, man, I got to rewatch Deadwood. So good.
I've actually never seen Deadwood. So.
Oh, man.
I've heard good things.
It is. Al Swearingen.
I saw that tweet and I saw you copy and pasted that, and I had it open on my my browser of like notable free agents that are still hanging around there. Obviously, OBJ is still there, but Perna and I have been saying all offseason like it's probably just going to wait and see until how he comes back from injury, and then if there's a wide receiver needy team down the line, they'll wind up signing him.
Yeah, the two surprises of free agents that are available. Well, there's 3 on here. Ndamukong Suh surprises me a bit that the Bucks didn't figure out how to bring him back. Also from the Bucks, JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yep.
And then JC Treader. Is he hurt or something?
Head of like the NFLPA, like the rep, and then bye-bye. Oh, JC Treader. I have a special place in my heart for JC Treader.
Yeah. Because he was pretty solid center last year.
He's solid, yeah. But I think I'm not terribly surprised about JPP and Sue because I feel like they're definitely a little old in the tooth. And that might have been like their last hurrah. And I don't think they're going to command any big money. They might be another one where it's like, hey, we have some injuries like along the defensive line. We'll bring them in like later down in the season. But
right.
I don't see anyone like rushing out to get their market and be like, yeah, let's 100% pick those people up. Trey Flowers, though, he I just saw who is he working out with. I just saw who he's working out with. Hold on. The Dolphins. The Dolphins just worked him out.
Oh, that's right. I saw that too.
Yeah. That literally just came out like an hour ago. So Trey Flowers, I think Lions fans were really excited when they got him, and they're like, he could do it. And then he just didn't. So it happens. Was there anything else that struck your fancy?
No, Emmanuel Sanders is on that list, but I think he's more like leaning towards retiring. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how interested he is in playing anymore.
And I,
Will Compton, he's got his podcast going.
yeah.
Eric Ebron, gotta catch the football.
Yep. I just saw that one thing that Shanahan says any scenario is possible with Garoppolo, which I'm like, I don't know. He said, I don't know what I'll do that day. Shanahan said, we'll probably decide when it comes. I think any scenario is possible.
Yeah, he's like, this is a weird situation, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a quarterback who was in the championship game last year, but we've moved on to a rookie, and there's just no market for this handsome devil.
Yeah, there's no way they cut him, right?
No, I mean, if I'm the 49ers, I feel very good heading into the season if Garoppolo is my backup QB.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the money. Like, this is his last year on the deal. It's not like you need to free that up now. Where are they at? Oh, I guess they are. They are dead last in cap space.
Yeah,
but
no, they could use it. I mean, like
I
he
guess
is
they
a chunk
could.
of change.
I guess they could use.
They want
that
it, but that's the thing. They want to trade him so they could basically like get it off their books and have a nice
yeah, they
day.
need to offset some of it, but
I think
Like,
it's similar to the Baker Mayfield deal, right? Where it's kind of like there's no leverage.
yeah.
Where there's no one. I don't think there's a team out there that's like, oh man, we really need Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
I think
it's
Trey
like
Lance is going to struggle this year. I think I think that he's going to have like some learning curves because he's a new QB. You know, I don't think he's going to be god awful, but do you, considering all the talk of like everyone knows that Trey Lance is the guy, right? Like Shanahan came out and said like everyone knows, Jimmy knows, Trey knows, everyone on the team knows that Trey Lance is our guy moving forward. Okay, if he struggles, I don't see a scenario where they go back to Jimmy G, you know, before week 8 and are like, okay, never mind, let's pull Trey Lance out of there.
Yeah. No, I think you just gotta, even if it gets really bad with Trey Lance, you just got to play through it and see
You
how
gotta play through.
he
Yeah.
develops.
Considering how much you gave up for him, which was significant, yeah, you gotta get a good look on how he is, and it's more than this season too. If he's like god awful for 2 seasons, then you start talking about that. It's like with the Justin Fields kind of thing too, because with him, I don't think that the sample size that we got from last year is adequate. If he's really bad this year, I would still understand if the Bears gave him another shot because it's only been 2 years. They don't really have an offensive line. They do lack some weapons. And the Bears are going to have a lot more in salary cap next season, so they'll be able to actually afford some pieces around him. But
yeah, it's so fun. Like, I'm tired of talking about Jimmy G because it just boils down to the same like few points.
yeah,
But it's literally the team that needs him the most is the Seattle Seahawks, and he's
that's
just not gonna go
100%
there.
accurate. You saw, I think you retweeted it, right? Like that reporter just like going off on it, saying this is the most pathetic like
Yeah.
QB battle I've ever seen between Drew Lock and Geno Smith.
Yeah, it was a CBS Sports reporter, so it just seemed extra funny because, like, you expect maybe like Skip Bayless to say some shit like that or whatever. He's just dogging on the Seahawks QB situation, and I'm sure Pete Carroll right now is going like, "Oh God, what did we do? Why couldn't I be more accommodating to Russ?"
And you're just like, no takebacks. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
I think the Seahawks are embracing tank mode.
the
I
suck.
really do.
Yeah. Well, again, next year there's a little bit more. There's a better QB class that's coming out.
yeah.
You know, so there are going to be like the Falcons, the Seahawks, potentially the Giants are going to be in the market for a QB. So it's Will.
Will's coming over tomorrow. He's in town.
Oh, nice.
So I think he'll be around for at least part of the Dungeons and Dragons stream.
Nice.
He's at his grandpa's house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's nice. All right. I think we did it, Perna.
cool show.
I did it. We made 45 minutes on a slow news day. We're good.
Good job,
We're rocking.
guys.
Good.
Friday we're off, right?
Friday we're off. Watch the biggest news of the season break. Tom Brady buys the Miami Dolphins.
Tom Brady gives birth to child.
Yeah.
He missed that time because he was pregnant.
Good for him.
Hell yeah.
Good for him.
I would call him the GOAT if he gave birth to a child. Just putting it out there. And when you purchase DVDs from that Walmart bin, you're making the Broncos better, baby.
It's true. You're supporting the Denver Broncos. So
actually, the Walmart, you can find a gym in there. You can find a gym in that DVD bin. You cannot find that with Seattle right now. Sorry.
That's honestly accurate. That's accurate. Perna, what do you got coming out?
Hopefully a news-ish episode. I think I'm leaning towards like some news and some fantasy football sleepers I've noticed from doing a bunch of drafts. So
okay.
Not sleepers, but like really good value players. Like there's some dudes that don't get drafted, and I'm like, this is where you take this guy. Check it out later if you want to know who I'm talking about.
I like it.
What do you got, Tom? How about you, Tom?
I was gonna do an episode, like a video today, but I think I'm gonna hold on to it. I want to do a Jordan Love video of like a Packers reaction to Jordan Love throughout the years since he's been drafted. But I kind of want to wait until he plays his last preseason game tomorrow. So I'm probably just gonna release that on Friday. So Warzone tonight with Wildflower. Tomorrow we'll do D&D, and also I'll be streaming the last preseason game for the Packers. So
damn.
Noah Fant. Yeah.
Him and Shelby Harris both did.
There it is. All
right, guys.
But folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Clickbait, and then we'll see you next week for a little GPS. And folks, we're less than 2 weeks away from 3 GPSs a week. We're going back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The off season is basically gone.
Our lives are over.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you have reached your destination.
You've been